Hi there. This is Mary from Living on the Hedge, and today's video is the super blue moon in Aquarius. So we got a super moon, we got a full moon, it's a blue moon. There's a lot to cover. So I'm going to go over briefly the aspects of what's a full moon, what's a super moon, what does it mean that it's Aquarius full moon, and also we're still in Leo season, and what energies are going on right now, so we can use these energies to make changes in our life and manifest. So let's get started. Full moon in general, the full moon represents the peak of the lunar cycle. So it's receiving the highest amount of sunlight, and we're receiving it, the highest amount of sunlight here on Earth from the moon. So emotions are heightened during the full moon. If you don't believe me, you can ask, doctors or nurses that work in the ER or police officers. They'll tell you that during the full moon, things can get a little wacky. So what needs to be resolved tends to rise to the surface during this time. The full moon helps provide more clarity and a higher level of awareness. Now, because it's a full moon and a super moon, everything's going to get cranked up to 11. So, technically, it's a Perigean full moon, if I'm saying that. So perigee, if I'm saying that properly. If I'm not, let me know. Comment down below. So the full moon appears brighter and bolder and bigger due to being the closest point to Earth in its elliptical orbit. So supermoons exceed the size of an average full moon by about 8%, but from our perspective, they can look as much as 16% brighter. So full moon, you know how it brings the things to the surface, like emotions and sticky situations. Well, the supermoon just heightens these effects. So what about this particular moon, the full moon in Aquarius? So the feminine moon is in fixed Aquarius. So that's rebellious energy, challenging authority, bringing about change. Sorry, my cat is being naughty. He wants attention, and he is making this vibrate. I apologize for that. So it symbolizes creative expressions of a group working together for the benefit of all humanity. Now the masculine, and the cat is coming back, little stinker. The masculine sun is in fixed Leo. He's the king. He's very regal and confident. He's the center of his own universe. And the symbol of this is creative expression of the individual. So you have these polar opposites, the needs of the individual and the needs of the group. So this blending is a modification of fire by air. So this Leo Aquarius polarity brings our attention to how can we integrate our individuality with our community, and how can we harmonize our personal interests with focusing on the interests of the group as well. So this is a great time as far as energy goes. Put your ideas out there into the world. So ask yourself, how can you be more courageous? How can you step into your leadership abilities? How can you be more independent? How can you enhance your revolutionary ideas? And this is a great time to allow the power to build from a place of total serenity. And keep in mind that we are still technically in Mercury Retrograde. So it's okay to just come up with ideas right now and not necessarily act on them just yet. So you, from a more goddess feminine aspect, you can grant new perspectives on how your dreams can manifest into reality, and also seek to discover the truth. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on my cat because he's I don't know what he's up to. Okay. And be regal and generous with your more masculine God energy. As far as the elements, air brings us change and freedom, helps us to see the truth, and it brings the winds of rebellion. With fire, we've got the passions and heat, the energy, the vitality. With water, you've got ebb and flow and mystic insight, and with, hey, 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 stop doing that. Okay, sorry. Um, with Earth, you can receive change, you can receive abundance, and you can have the strength to build something new. So, with that rebellious energy, seeking to break through the bonds of your limited vision, these are journaling questions for you. Ask yourself, how naughty can your cat be? No, ask yourself, what are the things that wrongfully bind us? What are the things that keep us from truly being free? What are the things that threaten to damage our future and the future of the generations to come? What are the things that will separate our kinship with each other? What are the things that need to be changed? What are the bonds that need to be broken? How can we bring the issues to, into the spotlight? And how can people come together to bring about the needed changes? How can we eradicate these harmful bonds? How can we release old habits that no longer serve us? How can you release the God or goddess energy within into the world? How do you want your life to look like? How can we heal the earth? How can we heal ourselves? And how can we help build our community? So those are great journaling questions. You can pause the video here and write those out. And I just got a little bit more to go. Now we got to talk about blue moon, because again, it's full moon plus super moon plus blue moon. So what the 19th, 2:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when we've got all this kicking into effect. But keep in mind, Mercury retrograde is still going until August 28th. So you can come up with a whole bunch of ideas and you don't have to act on them just yet. But this energy can start brewing now. So what is a blue moon? It's the third full moon of this season. And this energy is electric and dynamic. It's revolutionary and motivating. This is a time of initiations, awakenings, making quantum leaps. This is where you're going to be motivated to make long-term goals come to fruition. This is great for long due changes. Anything that you've been putting on the back burner for a while, this is a time to grab it and say, okay, this is the time. You also need to be open-minded and flexible, keeping in mind right now, Mercury retrograde, things are still a little wackadoodle, right? And then trust and embrace all this unpredictability, because that's what change is all about. So you've got those journaling questions to go through at your own pace. Decide what are those, what are you going to rebel against in the world? How are you going to build your community? How are you going to bring healing? How are you going to, what kind of quantum leaps do you want to make in your life? What do you want to see, not just for yourself, but for your family, for your community, for the world? So what I also want you to do is to think of a symbol that's going to be personal to your goals. It can be something that you've seen before, or it can be something that maybe you just come up with out of the blue with your creativity and mystic intuition. And take that symbol for all of this work that you're going to do and put it into your heart and carry it with you while you navigate in the world. So I hope that helps. And if you, I would love to hear your ideas. If you have great ideas as to what we can do, comment down below, because we are a community after all. And how can we help each other? So until next time, stay magical.